Vanakkam from Tamil Nadu. Our road trip that began with the dhabas of democracy from Kanyakumari is now weaving its way to Coimbatore. We're somewhere on the outskirts of Coimbatore at this moment, sitting by a roadside dhaba. You can see our Vahanam, our vehicle behind us. That is going to be our steady companion in this adventure. We're calling it the dhabas of democracy because we believe that these elections are about food, fun, festivities, the flavors of democracy, and of course, about hardcore politics. It is going to be a road trip that will take us from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, and we hope to meet all of you along the way and get your feedback on the issues that matter to you. I'm Barkhadat, you're the Mojo Story. On the program today, we continue to look at the BJP's big mission south. We looked at Kerala on the program yesterday, and today we look at Tamil Nadu. The Prime Minister and Annamalai on one side, and on the other side, a dominant DMK-Congress Alliance. Coimbatore, where we're just on the outskirts of, is of course the seat from where Annamalai, the Tamil Nadu BJP president, will be contesting. But when he's tested at the ballot, will he deliver? Or does the BJP have a plan that goes well beyond this election? In some ways, like its Bengal model, where first it has to get to the point of being the primary and the main opposition. In Kanyakumari, where the BJP is hoping that a seat that it's won not just once, but twice, that can be repeated. The BJP is taking on a Congress member of parliament incumbent. In Coimbatore, it's Annamalai who's on test. And in general, there is a plan here that the Prime Minister is clearly working to. And that is to establish the BJP being a party that is well beyond a party of the Hindi heartland, as it's called, and being a party that has acceptability all across India. Can the BJP pull off with significant success its mission south? Is it sensing an undercurrent, or is this media and electoral rhetoric and hype? Let's introduce our guests on the program today as we look specifically at battleground Tamil Nadu, and of course we look at the BJP's mission south in general. Mohan Kumar Mangalam is with us, senior leader of the Congress from Tamil Nadu. Also joining us is Sugata Srinivas Raju, one of the senior journalists and authors who first began tabulating how often the Prime Minister was going to Tamil Nadu and spotted a pattern there. And also joining us is senior leader of the BJP from Tamil Nadu, Shrikant Karunesh. You must have seen Mr. Karunesh. He's one of the key language mediators for the Prime Minister in the South. His Hindi is impeccable, so he often, as is his English, as is his Tamil, so he often plays the role of the translator when the Prime Minister makes all his big speeches in Tamil Nadu. Welcome, everybody. I'll have snippets from the campaign trail in Kanyakumari from both sides, the Congress and the BJP. But first, let's get early responses. Shrikant Karunesh, I'll start with you. What is the goal? What is the goal here? Is it to become the main opposition? Clearly, the BJP doesn't think that it's going to win Tamil Nadu this time. There must be a short-term goal and a long-term goal. So let me ask you, what is that goal?
Yeah, good evening, Barka, because we are very happy with the developments happening in Tamil Nadu. Because here in Tamil Nadu, unlike any other party like Congress and DMK, we have to start from minus. So it wasn't, we can't say we were in zero, we were in minus earlier. Because people's mindset, mentality, everything was any party, a nationalistic party was an alien to them, except Congress, because that was a freedom movement party. So other than that, people were a little hesitant to encourage any other national party. That was the mindset of down south people, especially Tamil Nadu people. Anti-Hindi agitation and various other social factors kept us apart from public. Now, this election is very important for us to win the hearts of the people. And I think we have worked beyond our capacity to win the hearts of the public. In fact, wherever Mr. Modi is going, wherever Mr. Annamalai is going, so we are getting an overwhelming response from all the public, because voluntarily people are coming in very large numbers, especially women, ladies and children. So they are all encouraging us. I am witnessing the crowd what we are getting, because yesterday's meeting in Ambasamutram, public were stopped 5 kilometers before the meeting spot. You know, the people who have reached the place, every vehicle was stopped 5 kilometers before the venue. Even then, so much of people have come by walking 5 kilometers to the venue in time. So that was a very remarkable achievement. So that is the, as you said, no, this is the first level. We don't have any short term, long term. First, we have to win hearts of the people. Then only they will understand our party, understand our and our symbol, everything. And next is after definitely winning seats. And I don't think we'll go without any numbers this time, because definitely we are winning a lot of seats this time. I can't quantify the number because it's with the public, and then the wave towards Modi ji is really improving. I can very well say that.
So let me ask you before I take that to Mohan, what is the result from Tamil Nadu in particular that would make you happy?
You see, the result of Tamil Nadu is not going to affect the victory and the forming the government of Modi ji, because Modi 3.0 is fixed already. The thing is, this is only a small story which is going side by side with the BJP's thumping victory in our country, because we don't see any other party contest in the contest at all, because it is Modi ji all over. All over India, it is Modi ji, but only in Tamil Nadu, because of their alliance and other things. No, it's a small surprise factor which is going on. How much BJP is going to win? That part only people have to decide and then tell us. We are very confident that we are going to win a very large percentage of votes. See, practically I'm talking, not as a spokesperson of BJP. Personally, I feel we are going to win a very large number of percentage. Unlike any other previous elections, our vote percentage will improve drastically. But how far with the 3-point contact with ADMK, DMK, how many seats we will win, know that a lot of permutation combinations we can make. But
I think that's a pretty honest response, that the eye is on the vote share, and it reminds me very much in a sense of Bengal model. And Mohan, that's a pretty honest answer from the BJP leader Shrikant Karunesh, that look, we're starting from zero here, we're building our base here, we're growing our roots here. We're getting in some seats to the point. I mean, like for example, if you look at a Kanyakumari, it's a seat that the BJP has in fact won twice, once in alliance with the DMK, once on their own. So they're going seat by seat in the south. It's not just Tamil Nadu. In Thiruvananthapuram, where the BJP has already been the second, the main challenger, the main opposition. They're hoping to do better this time. So there's a larger plan at play, and that plan is to grow roots in the south. And to that extent, that's how you must measure how their campaign is going so far. Would you concede that? Can we unmute Mohan, please? Give me a second, Mohan.
Yeah. Sure. I think I'm unmuted. Yeah, I would concede that to some extent. I mean, I don't think they started from zero. They've had members of parliament before. They have stood in a non-major Dravidian party alliance before in 2014, where they got almost 20% of the vote. So they've had these things before. What they haven't had is, I would say, a situation where, let's say, one of the two Dravidian majors, in this case it was ADMK, was actually welcoming them, had been in an alliance with them, and they themselves voluntarily shot themselves in the foot, if you ask me, and walked out of the alliance. Today, the truth of the matter is, if the ADMK and the BJP were in alliance, this would actually have been some sort of election. There would be some serious competition on the ground. But the vote split between them, the four-way fight is enough too. Or the three-way fight is enough for DMK and Congress to sail through. And sail through with maybe, a couple of percent that goes because of anti-incumbency that normally sets in regardless of who's governing Tamil Nadu in a couple of years. But otherwise, there's not really an election here to be talked about in Tamil Nadu. It's a sweep. And I think they have only themselves to blame for getting rid of their major partner. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't applaud their courage. I don't applaud the fact that they're going at it whole hog themselves. As a politician, I'm in great admiration of what they're trying to do. But as far as success goes, they're going to see very little to none of it.
Shrikant Karunesh, before I get Sugata to come in, do you concede that the absence of a major ally this time? I know you're stitching together small allies, and that's the game to get a sizable sort of vote share. But I think Mohan makes the point that imagine if at this time you were in alliance with the AIDMK, the picture might have looked quite different today.
Yeah, I have a different opinion for this, because you see what Congress has done to themselves in Tamil Nadu. Because of a strong alliance, have they grown or they have gone down? So they have suicided their existence from what level, from ruling the state. Now they are fighting for 4-5 seats. So that is the status quo, because all these Dravidian parties will eat the front and then finish them off. So what we do is, this time we are standing on our own leg. We are forming our own government. By this, I think BJP can make a very big platform for ourselves, because our symbol has to reach the public, because end of the day they are going to see the symbol. By seeing this DMK symbol and Congress symbol or ADMK symbol, that's well introduced to them. So here in Tamil Nadu, this symbol has to go reach them. By seeing the lotus, they should remember Modi ji and all the schemes, everything. So those kind of works are very basic, and we have done it successfully. We have done it quite successfully.
Okay,
And we are not worried about the ADMK at all.
Okay.
We are not worried, because we have wonderful alliance parties with us. That's good enough for us to perform.
Okay, Mohan, briefly. Sugata's really been waiting patiently. Mohan.
So there's history here that we must be aware of. In '89, when the ADMK split after MGR's death, the Congress did stand independent and actually did far better than the BJP would do in this election, I can promise you. We were in vote share equal to Jayalalitha's ADMK at that point in time, and DMK, because of that vote split, formed government. So it's not like we haven't tried to go it alone. Now, you could argue, and I will argue as a congressman, that we should have gone alone after that as well. And yes, in any alliance, the person who's in, I mean, I guess if Congress is in any alliance, the alliance partner grows at the expense of Congress. We have not done a very good job of being parasitic, but the BJP is. They have grown at the expense of Shiv Sena in Maharashtra. They've grown at the expense of Shrimoni Akali Dal in BJP. If they partner with someone, they make sure that they grow and the partner goes down. Unfortunately, Congress is not good at that, which is good for them as a party. But that's again what I'm saying, is that they have sort of pulled the trigger too fast here. They should have stuck with ADMK. They might have grown faster.
Shrikantji, I have to get in. Shugata, I'll come to you right after that. Shugata, let's bring you in. You had begun to count the number of times the Prime Minister was going to Tamil Nadu and other southern states. And I think Shrikant Karunesh has been very honest, very direct. You know, we're not, he's saying we're at the moment focusing on vote share. We're at the moment focusing on improving. We're at the moment focusing on brand recognition for our symbol. Modi has that recognition. Now we want our party to grow roots. It's an honest appraisal, and looked at by that benchmark, how we define the BJP's success and failure in the southern states will also change. Go ahead, Sugata.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Yeah. I mean, I tend to agree with what Shrikantji just summarized about his party. Yeah, it was minus and it was zero and they're growing. But you know, I mean, there is a kind of catapulting that I see. I mean, I'm slightly more enthusiastic about the BJP's performance in Tamil Nadu than their own spokesperson, perhaps. You know, because I mean, there has been a certain relentlessness, and there has been a lot of hard work that has gone on in the last 10 years. And I would categorize it under three different areas. One is there has been a civilizational approach to the whole game in Tamil Nadu by Modi. There has been a cultural approach to the whole game. And then, of course, there has been a political approach. You know, just because we are in the election season, you know, just picking on the political part of it. See, I agree with what the two spokespersons just said. BJP not aligning with AIDMK is actually a boon for the BJP and may actually checkmate the DMK. If the BJP had allied with the AIDMK, then there was a possibility that the AIDMK would have gone down with the BJP, because the kind of Dravidian rhetoric that would have been pumped in would have completely sunk the AIDMK. Now the AIDMK is to a certain extent checkmating the DMK. The two Dravidian parties are, fighting each other, and it has become a very interesting contest. So I do agree with Shrikantji that, in terms of seats, they may not gain big, but I'm very certain their vote share is going to surprise a lot of us, because that's the kind of feedback that I've been getting. And number two, Barka, is that Modi, it's not an effort that he has done in the last 6 months. In fact, in the previous show, I spoke to you about the number of visits and the consistent efforts and all of that. See, he has been taunted always as belonging to a party which is a Hindu and a Hindi heartland party. So I think he is trying to embrace the success of Mrs. Gandhi. See, in 1977, if you remember, when everything was zero for the Congress in the north of India, the South held it up. And they in 78, it gave her a rebirth. And again in 80, she retained the Medak seat. So South has been extremely important in the Congress strategy. And I think Modi, for whatever it is worth, tried to sort of balance that kind of success formula that the BJP had
Okay.
seen. So I think
So
it's extreme. And one last point, Barka, and Rahul Gandhi has done a strategic mistake, according to me, which is Rahul Gandhi has not independently promoted the Congress ideology in Tamil Nadu. He has completely surrendered to a certain Dravidianism of the DMK. While speaking of federalism or speaking of a certain kind of, rationality or randomness, he has spoken with a certain randomness and surrendered completely to the Dravidian ideology. So you can't separate the two now. And the dominant partner is DMK. So there is a greater wisdom in fighting alone. The BJP, I think, is doing the right thing.
Okay, let me get Mohan in. But Mohan, with just a comment from one of our members who says the BJP is applying the same strategy in displacing a regional party as in Tamil Nadu as in Bengal. Basically, look at Telangana with BRS, Maharashtra with Shiv Sena. The AIDMK without Jayalalitha anyway is rudderless. Now, Mohan, go ahead.
Really, I mean, it's not like the ADMK is my partner, but that whoever made that comment clearly does not know anything about Tamil Nadu politics. Mr. Edapadi Pallisamy was supposed to lose his government in 5 months. He's completed his entire term. Not only that, he lost after 10 years of anti-incumbency. He lost by only a 3% vote margin difference and got more seats with his allies than Jayalalitha ji got in her worst election. So to say that ADMK is rudderless means you have no idea about what's going on in Tamil Nadu politics at all. I will just ignore that altogether. Secondly, to say that the BJP's Hindutva has been disregarded and that there's somehow now there's a cultural awakening in Modi ji by talking about Sengal or Kachativ or what have you, Tamil Kashi Sangam, even did a Kashi Telugu Sangam also. Not that it helped him there, it won't help him here either. Tamilians vote on rational issues. Had he given any money for the floods, had he done anything meaningful with the aims in Madurai, got it beyond a point, had he any achievements to speak of in terms of doing something great or big in Tamil Nadu, he would have got some attention. Right now, he's not getting any attention from anybody in Tamil Nadu by trying to evoke emotions. The other thing about
what is the definition of
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. What I mean by not getting attention is that the ADMK also did not want to be with him beyond a point. And the way you get attention in Tamil Nadu, the national parties, one of the two Dravidian combines actually want you to be in their combination in a parliament election. That's why you carry most of the heft. In a state election, automatically for the last 50 years or so, you have been an appendage more than you have been front and center. In the last parliament election or in any parliament election, the national party takes center stage. History in Tamil Nadu will teach you that Tamilian people vote differently for the parliament election and for the state election. They voted for Indira Gandhi with DMK and then voted for MGR right after that 6 months later. So they're very clear. It's always been presidential. They'll vote for the prime minister candidate, they'll vote for the chief minister candidate. The individual candidate cannot carry more than 5% vote on his back, which is why I feel bad for Annamalai. They're putting too much pressure on this kid, right? He's not that much of a kid, but he's still about maybe 5-6 years younger than me. I can say this, and younger in politics than me also, that he's doing the best he can to build the party. But to say, it's because of him that we're going to win a parliament election, very unfair. Guy, this is not his election. This is a Mr. Modi or Mr. Anti-Modi election. And unfortunately for Mr. Modi, his popularity ratings are, sub 25 or 26%. There are 3 states in the country where Rahul Gandhi beats him hollow: Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Punjab. Now, how can you expect to suddenly come up there and say that now people want Mr. Modi to come in? This is all like wishful thinking.
Let me just get Shrikant Karunesh to respond, and then I want to play out a couple of snippets from Kanyakumari. Mr. Karunesh, please go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, I got a little confused whether Congress is in alliance with DMK or ADMK, because so favorably he is talking for ADMK. So interesting it is. But he was supporting Edappadi so much. I tell you one thing, Barkas, here in Tamil Nadu, situation is so much interesting here. I'm telling you, I started enjoying this time election, because the factors are so much fluctuating from one end to another end. See, first ADMK was with us, then they started moving out. You see, but fortunately for us, no, it is a win situation for us. We didn't get any damage at all, because now DMK, see, from the perspective of DMK, we are standing alone, ADMK is standing alone. So the two persons are against DMK. Maybe they may lose also. See, one of my friends and in the media field, they are telling because of this factor, DMK will lose a lot and you both will get more seats. And a lot of different permutation combinations people are telling. So we can't say about seats this time. But only thing is, we are winning very high percentage of votes, that we can tell you. And I contradict from Mohan on one aspect, because he is telling Annamalai secretary is definitely not a kid, so he handled very and the comment may be a Kaddish comment, because I tell you one interesting thing. You are forgetting he is the face of Modi ji here. Modi ji is contesting everywhere. And Modi ji, fortunately, this time, wherever he is going, he's getting such a good response from the public. People are so much behind him. See, yesterday, Modi ji said, "Ab ki baar." Here in Tamil Nadu, nobody will reply. They didn't know what to say. Only once in the mic, I said, "400 par." After that, I need not shout at all. Entire crowd is telling it in Hindi. Entire crowd is telling it in Hindi. That is the difference I am telling you. Only once I said, because Modi ji, see, that is what I am trying. Third thing, what he is telling us, the very interesting thing is, see, the money factor. That was the most deciding thing in Tamil Nadu. Every party, whether it is DMK, ADMK, they were doing so much of, they were pumping in money. But now, this time, our party leader is very clearly telling, we are not going to give anything. We are going to play very honestly in this election. That is attracting a lot of attention, because all along he has been telling that we are against corruption, and he is also maintaining that. So that much we have courage to contest this election.
Okay, Mohan, hold on. I need to play out just an excerpt. I was in Kanyakumari. That's where my journey began. Pon Radhakrishnan, who has been a 2-time MP, now contesting his 10th Lok Sabha election, taking on the Congress incumbent, said to me, "See you in Delhi." He believes that the Modi factor, which we are speaking a lot about here, is going to make all the difference. Let's take a look, and then I'll come back to Mohan and Shugata and, of course, Shrikant Karunesh. Why is the South so important to the BJP this time? We are seeing Prime Minister himself. He made in the last 2 months 7 visits. He's really focusing on Tamil Nadu. Why is that?
Because Tamil Nadu is in a crisis. We want development in the state. See, corruption is rampant. Nobody is care about the corruption, stopping the corruption and other things. So people want a clean government. This is going to help the assembly elections in 2026 also. This election is going to help the BJP in the 2026 election also.
Earlier, you had the AIDMK with you. Do you believe they will come around to your side again after the elections? Are you hopeful? Or you don't need them?
I won't say that. Tomorrow what is going to happen, we don't know.
Okay.
But as of now, we have our own alliance. We are fighting for the victory of the NDA here. definitely we will get.
Okay, so he said tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen, Mohan. I thought that might interest you because Mr. Pon
Yeah.
Radhakrishnan on the ground is not being dismissive of the AIDMK. That's why I wanted to play out that clip. Go ahead, Mohan. Mohan,
Yeah,
Mohan.
I think very good clip. I'll say that on corruption, this is laughable. Yeah, they just found 4 crores in cash, which was being carried by BJP people for Mr. Naina Nagendran in Tirunelveli. And I'm told by my people in Tirunelveli that there were 17 crores in the bogie that was next to that didn't get caught. So I'm sure he got the rest of his cash pretty safely. So let's not talk about you being corruption free and all. The sad part about politics in the south, all states except Kerala, is cash for votes is this cancer that is just penetrated deep. It's very hard to get rid of. So let's not having this rhetoric to say that we don't do it. As far as crowds are concerned, we've seen even bigger crowds. When we stood independent in 2014, I saw congressmen come out of the woodwork in Tamil Nadu when I was standing independently in parliament. No alliance, not even the tiny parties were standing with them this time. And in the worst election, I saw people that I never thought my crowds were bigger than the ADMK's crowds for nominations, but they didn't transfer into votes. Never ever do crowds transfer into votes. So please don't make that mistake. If you want to make yourself happy, you can, but otherwise, I won't say that. As far as Annamalai goes, maybe
That argument applies to
go
you
ahead.
also. You guys had a massive
Yeah, yeah,
show
yeah.
of strength in
Arey,
Coimbatore.
I am using myself as an example only. There was an even bigger show of strength in the assembly elections when Mr. Stalin did a rally in Coimbatore last time. Or all people got together and did one in Salem last time in assembly, and we didn't win a single seat in that district. Crowds don't mean votes. I'm meaning this for everybody, including myself. Trust me. As far as Annamalai goes, maybe saying a kid is a little disrespectful. I think he's doing a great job. He's an earnest young man. His only problem is that, while everybody else on the other side has a dividend, he has a tax. And that's the Modi tax. And unfortunately, in Tamil Nadu, Modi is a tax. He's a dividend in Uttar Pradesh. He's a tax here. That hasn't changed.
Okay. Okay, let me bring in Shugata here, and then I want to play out also Mr. Basant from Kanyakumari trail, and we can take last comments after that. Let's bring up the numbers. It's important to keep in context, Shugata. You said you're feeling more optimistic than even the BJP's leader. But if you look at the numbers of the last time and the vote share, it was a clear sweep by the DMK and the Congress, right? Whether you look in the, even if you look at it through terms of vote shares, right? As those numbers come up, Shugata, what do you think has changed? What has happened? Where has been this shift?
So, Barka, I'm very, very cautious. I'm not sort of saying that the BJP will get more numbers in terms of seats, but certainly they'll improve their vote share and it may be even double digits. That is the kind of feeling that one gets. That is because a lot of effort has gone in, and the alliances that have been built up or has got finally arranged is interestingly going to split the votes for the DMK, and DMK is saturated. Last time they completely swept, and this time I don't think that repeat is going to be possible. It's the same argument applies for the BJP in Karnataka, where they swept the whole thing last 2019, and they may not be able to repeat that performance. And and the Stalin government is 3 years old now. So Modi's approach, I do agree with what Mohan says. See, Nirmala Sitharaman could have been a little more generous when the floods happened. When people were asking for support, she was asking for accounts. So those arguments went completely against the BJP. And their governor has been one of the biggest roadblocks. He has just generated negative sentiment among the electorate. And Annamalai himself could have been a little more cautious when he speaks about the AIDMK. But I personally feel that moving away from the AIDMK has benefited the BJP rather than affecting it. So I'm not betting on the numbers or the number of seats, but I'm pretty sure that the vote share is going to go up significantly.
I want to play out Vijay Vasant, little snippet. You can catch the full interviews on our platform later. This is the sitting incumbent member of parliament. His father died. There was a by-election. He then won on a huge sympathy wave. He believes he can win Kanyakumari again. But let's see what happens. Pon Radhakrishnan, a veteran of the BJP, whom we just heard from, is up against him. Take a look, and I'll come back to the panel for concluding comments right after that. Vijay Vasant, how hopeful are you of winning the seat this time, given that the Prime Minister, the Home Minister are invested personally this time in trying to ensure a win for the BJP in Kanyakumari?
No, though the Prime Minister or the Home Minister that visits, even our Tamil Nadu leader Annamalai also had a Padayatra here. But the people in Kanyakumari are very clear and they made their mind that they need a change. Because here we need a secular, they believe in secularism. And here our alliance is also very strong. But I'd like to say correctly, this Kanyakumari is the only constituency where the national party's battle is bigger than the regional party. So the expectation is more. And, but this time it is very clear that winning chances for us is very high because the alliance is also very strong. Anti-Modi wave is also very strong. And
you're calling it an anti-Modi wave. I was going to ask you about the Modi factor. Aren't you scared of the Modi factor? Because you're not just fighting Pon Radhakrishnan, you're fighting the Prime Minister.
No, I wouldn't say we're fighting the Prime Minister or Pon Radhakrishnan. We would say we're fighting against the BJP here in Kanyakumari. So we are very clear on what we want to do, as I said earlier. Here we have, because we wanted to divide and rule. Here we wanted to have a secure thing. BJP's mostly the BJP's intention is to divide and rule, but our intention is to unite everyone.
Okay, let's get final comments there. I'll start with you, Shrikant Karunesh. Very quickly, Mr. Vijay Vasant thinks there's an anti-Modi wave. I don't know whether anyone will agree with that. I think the Modi factor is certainly complicating things, but the one nation, one poll promise in the manifesto, extreme centralization. Doesn't this disturb the kind of strong federal identity, regional identity in many of the southern states? That's something to think about.
No, I think he's totally wrong because in Tamil we say when the cat is closing its eyes, the world becomes dark. So it is. I want to tell that phrase here. He's closing his eyes, so he feels darkness around. So it is not the case because see, I want to say very practical views on the present scenario. Modi ji is getting a wonderful response here. It was unlike the case of 2014 and 19. I'm telling you, Modi ji is a talking point here. He's a hero here, and it's not by one meeting he has done it. Slowly, he has penetrated in the hearts of the people by conducting this Kashi Tamil Sangamam. What he was telling, that has taken us to a very great mileage. I was a part and parcel of that event. And Gujarat mein ye so much that Gujarat Tamil Sangamam, and after that plenty of other things for Tamil he has done it. So those things have given some acceptability. Okay, ye apna aadmi hai. People started thinking that, and he said, I'm a Tamilian and I want to talk in Tamil, and the phrases what he uses, that's a big hit here. So yesterday also when he was talking in the meeting, so he was drawing a lot of responses. So I tell you, the Modi factor is the biggest factor for us. Then comes the Annamalai factor, because he has proven a role of anti-corruption and he has released a lot of videos and everything. So now people are very much very clear, and they want to support BJP for two reasons. One is for anti-corruption and the Annamalai's efforts for corruption-free government. Second is for Modi ji's development. For these two aspects, people are welcoming us.
Okay, Mohan, how can you deny that? The Modi factor is the main factor. That's the shift. It's what Sugata says, political, yes, but also civilizational and culture, all of the sort of outreach that the Prime Minister has made through the prism, not just of politics, but also of culture. It can't be denied. You can't deny the Modi factor. What?
No, I can't. No, I'm sorry, I can't. I absolutely agree with you, Barka, but let me put it a different way. If he's a factor, he's a multiplier in the north and he's a divider in the south. So in any point, he is a factor. It's not that he's not a talking point. I mean, nobody cannot be a talking point when they've done as many roadshows and campaigns, etc., as he have. But it's in the negative. It isn't adding to the likes of Pon Radhakrishnan. Interestingly, and here's a point which I think has stayed the same. In 19, I was campaigning for Vijay's father. I was actually camped out in Kanyakumari for 25 days. And we were worried about that election because Pon Radhakrishnan was a very, very popular local face. and had a very good reputation. And you know how we try to run that election? We try to make it a Modi versus Rahul election. That was actually helping us in Kanyakumari, rather than having a direct fight between Pon Radhakrishnan and at that point, Vijay's father was Vasant Kumar. So that tells you that's the story. The story hasn't changed much. Maybe I'll give it to my friend from the BJP that maybe his acceptability has gone up, but there's just such a long way to go to become competitive in acceptability, right? You know how they say brand awareness, first there's, the breadth of the awareness and the depth of the awareness, then you get to favorability of ratings. He's not even there yet. I guess maybe they're just going to depth of awareness and then they'll get to favorability, but that's not in this election.
I said, let me give the last word to a non-politician. Sugata, it's over to you. The closing word.
I mean, I would just like to say one thing, which is, instead of calling dhabas of democracy when you're traveling in the south, probably in Tamil Nadu, you should call it idli kadais of democracy. So there are more idli kadais than dhabas there. That's a small.
Mohan is trying to say something. Mohan?
No, listen, there are a lot of dabas. Okay, in Tamil Nadu, on the highway. Ask Anna, if he travels around Tamil Nadu much, he'll also hear it. Am I right, Anna?
I'm trying to be.
Dabas of Tamil Nadu will give you the correct answer because it's full of lorry drivers. That will give you a correct idea of who is winning the election. And the dabas will give you the clear answer.
That's a small aside anyway. I think, Barka, that, on a more serious note, Modi has addressed the linguistic identity issue that has always bothered the BJP. See, he's not, this is the subtle shift that I've seen in the last 3-4 years, that Modi has not tried to push Hindi down the throat of the Tamilians. Modi has tried to put Hindi on par with Sanskrit. The Congress may sort of deny this. The Congress and the DMK may deny this. But the contest in Tamil Nadu is not between Modi and Rahul Gandhi, as my friend Mohan tries to point out. It's between Modi and Stalin. And Rahul Gandhi has subsumed his Congress identity under the DMK. So it's not going to help them in any which way. So if it's Stalin versus Modi, I think slowly they're going to make inroads. And I think it's win-win for them. They may not gain seats as much as they really wish to, but then it's certainly a win-win kind of situation.
Okay, I want to say in conclusion that there are two things that I can safely get into when it comes to a North versus South debate. One, that the idlis definitely in both Kerala and Tamil Nadu are much better than anything I've had in Delhi. And two, any conversation with politicians and journalists from the southern states is much more civil, much more convivial and much more friendly than anything that happens in the north. And I say this as a northerner. So if I get abuses, it'll be from my own clan. But this north-south divide on the idlis and on civility, I'm all signed up for. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Sugata, you try to say something?
No, we'll give you a citizenship in Bangalore or in Chennai, wherever you want to. Settle down.
It is India everywhere. India everywhere. India first. Thank you, Shugata, to Shrikant Karunesh and to Mohan Kumara Mangalam. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And we will continue our travels through India from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, coming to you from a different constituency live every evening. If you have ideas for us, if you have people you want us to meet, food you want us to eat, issues that you want us to explore, do write in. Do also become a member of our community. Sign up to be a Mojo member. You'll have first access to all our stories, and you'll also have a chance to ask all of our guests questions. So thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.
Namaskar and hello everyone. Welcome to a ride through the heart and the soul of India. क्योंकि जब इलेक्शन सीजन आता है तो कौन जीता, कौन हारा, कौन आगे, कौन पीछे, ये बातचीत तो होती ही रहती है. But it's also a time for travel and meeting people and getting to know your own country better. So, welcome to the dhabas of democracy, where every bite tells a story, where every conversation will spice up your day. Experience the masala, the flavor, the swad of this election with us as we take a lovely, a unique road trip from the south to the north of India, traveling thousands of kilometers to bring you the flavor of this election.
इलेक्शन सर पर है, वोटर अपना मन बना रहे हैं। ऐसे में आपको चाहिए सही फैक्ट, सही ज्ञान, सही नॉलेज। इसी कड़ी में मोजो स्टोरी लेकर आ रहा है एक खास कार्यक्रम, बैलेट की बात। मैं हूं पॉलिटिकल रिसर्चर कार्तिकेय बत्रा और मैं चाहता हूं आपके दिन के केवल 2 मिनट कैंडिडेट्स, पार्टीज, अलायंसेस, इश्यूज, इन सब पर होगी बात। और होगा रोज आपका एक छोटा सा पॉलिटिकल टेस्ट, स्पेशल प्राइजेस फॉर दोज हु आर द बेस्ट। तो बैलेट की बात, कट द नॉइज, सिर्फ सच और फैक्ट की वर्ड।